I'm Shalina Tobin, aka PoshNoshGal, and today I'm joined by one of the greatest exports to ever come out of the Baltics, Chef Dmitri Magi. Hailing from Tallinn in Estonia, Dmitri has worked in some of the most amazing restaurants in the world, including Noma in Copenhagen and the 3 Michelin-starred 11 Madison Park in New York, where he was sous chef to the great Daniel Hum for 8 years. With a wealth of experience already under his belt, Dmitri is now head chef at the fabulous and one of my personal favorites, Davies and Brook restaurant in the iconic Claridges Hotel in London. Hello, Dmitri, how are you?
Hi, what is a hell introduction, yeah?
Oh, I'm
Feel
glad
like
you
movie
liked
star.
it. Well, it's all true. So
Thank you
how
so
are you
much.
doing?
I mean, it's good. It's good as can be in this difficult time, but I think, we're trying to do our best, trying to do uh, as much as we can. And, it's hard time for industry right now, but it is what it is. So
Yeah,
pushing
absolutely.
hard.
So, I mean, we're going to talk about the restaurant and the industry a little bit later on. I just wanted to focus really on you for now. So, you're extremely well traveled, Dimitri. Where do you call home?
I mean, it's like it's $1 million question. Uh, It's hard to say. I think it's maybe a few years ago I call home New York
Mm,
because it's a place where I used to live last 10 years
yeah,
and it's where my kids was born. So it's been home. And now I moved to London. So I mean it's I think it's slowly start to call London my home now because
right.
I'm here now and it's amazing, beautiful city. I'm really excited to be here. But like it's still 10 years in New York and now here. So, it's I think it's now start to getting called London home.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
excited to be
And
here.
I mean, you're from Estonia. I mean, were you particularly fond of cooking from a young age?
I mean, actually, your information little bit not right. I mean,
Oops.
uh, I mean, I think it's excited about that. So yes, I'm from Estonia, but I was born in Kazakhstan. So
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
know, I know. This is kind of like give some give
Yeah,
some cool stuff. Uh, my mom from Estonia and my father Russian, and so they meet up each other. And I was born in Kazakhstan, and so,
okay.
but reason is so it's kind of like a little personal. It's past years, like it's been kind of like ashamed to say like I was born in Kazakhstan, you know. And I always try to say I'm from Estonia. From Estonia, people know what about Estonia, but no one really know about Kazakhstan. Everyone just know Kazakhstan is a Borat movie.
Right.
And it
Well,
was kind of
why don't you share with us what was it like when you were growing up there?
it was amazing. It's beautiful, a beautiful country. I used to it's like desert. It's like it's take you 2 days from my city go to the another big city.
Okay,
It's like
wow.
it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. It was near to the Caspian Sea, small town called Aktau. It's good. It's it was my good childhood, but then it's like all the stuff to get little hairy, and this was like really dark time. So this we decided we need to move somewhere in a better place, and because my mom from Estonia, so we just moved there, and it's like it's civilization, nice people, and it was good.
Well, I stayed at the Three Sisters Hotel in Tallinn a few years ago, actually. It's a very up and coming city. Do you go back there regularly?
I was there maybe 1 year ago, and it's like it's a beautiful, like it's a city grows so much, and you can see when I arrived there and what is now like every like 2 or 3 years I go there. Sometimes I go there to visit my mom, and it just like tremendously. It's a city. It's so nice. And you just like sometimes you just go on the street. Oh, what's going on? I don't remember this building. It's like a skyscraper over there.
Right.
And like it's old town, has so much history. It's so nice and it's like so good. Um, and it's like like it's cuisine is nice there, and it's also from the like food perspective, it's a lot of food was will grow. It's a lot of thing. It's getting way more better than it was 5 years ago. It's like in Nordic cuisine, it's really have his fingerprints on the talent, because like it's very close, and we really want to call ourselves Nordics.
Right.
It's actually now a Nordic country according to UN. So
Yeah, and so tell us about how you started cooking when you were younger. Is it something that you did with your mom, or is it just an interest that you developed while at school?
uh I mean, sometimes people say like its mom was the best cook in the world, and then you start to do it. I don't want to say my mom was the best cook in the world, so maybe it was kind of like maybe opposite. Yeah, so try to get something nicer. And I mean, I don't want to I don't want to say bad about my mom cooking. I don't want to say it. Mom is the best cook ever. So
Always.
yeah. So but I think it's like I always read. We have some few cookbooks, not a lot, uh, but always first. I don't know, for some reason I always was interesting on that. I always, for me, was kind of like kind of something like secret. What's going on in the kitchen? All the dishes. What's it doing? Like like kind of like, you guys know, like beer con chicken, yeah.
Right.
So we used to do this something like that in home, like, so just like cook the chicken in the oven with some stock, with some vegetables, and it was so nice. And I don't know, like I always kind of not dream about it. I always want to do that, but
Right.
then like I always kind of like play around with some dessert or whatever, just like try to find some recipe, like some neighbors bring something. Oh, I want to do something, and it always keep me interesting.
Right.
But then like when I was, I don't know, maybe like 16 or no, maybe like 13 or 14 years old, someone told me like, hey, there is no future for the cooks. Like machine will gonna take over. Everything is gonna be industrial. It's like there doesn't, and also it's not a job for man. It's a job only for the woman. And I don't know, like when I kind of like listen. I mean, I was 13 years old, so like, okay, maybe I need to do something else.
Right.
And I went to the university, like start to study some physics, something nuclear reaction. So it was, but what I understand, it's not really what I what I want to do at all. It
Right.
doesn't really work for me at all. So, and and then it was situation when we moved from Kazakhstan to Estonia. So like I was 16 years old. So like, what are you gonna do? I don't really know Estonian language in this time, because I always, all my life, I used to live in Kazakhstan.
Right.
So it was hard. Like, okay, so, and also I'm a 16-year-old, and I don't want to say not in strange, not in a like different country, but I need to support my mom. I need to earn some money. So what I gonna do? So it's then it just come instantly. Okay, so it's something what I love, what it's easy,
Mm.
and I mean easy kind of for me in this point. So like, let's start to go in the kitchen, like to do something, and then I find my passion afterwards. Like it's, maybe I don't say it was passion in the first day, but I was passionate about it from the beginning, and then it's slowly growing up on me to like, I want to explore, I want to learn, I want to read about that, I want to like watch movie, and then it's internet was there. You want to like search all the stuff, and then you find the Gordon Ramsay, you find this all the greatest chef in the world, and then like, wow, just what they're doing, how they're doing, like just like try to watch as much as you can on the TV, like go in the store, like this time as a bookstore was a big thing. You go to the bookstore, on the shelf, there's all the culinary books. You go, like, you start to read, start to write it down, the recipe, and this is just how passion develop.
So you mentioned Gordon Ramsay. Would you say that, I mean, he's maybe the inspiration behind when you were young?
Oh, for sure. I mean, For me, when I was, I don't know, maybe 22 years old, he was Jesus Christ himself. I mean, it's true.
Wow.
I know, like, if someone gonna tell you no, he's a liar. You know, like he was one of the biggest star what you can
Yes, of course.
find. Like, maybe like Bocuse d'Or, but maybe people who know more about culinary will know them, or in other chefs. But Gordon Ramsay was in a TV, like for the normal kid. Just he was like only like a Jimmy Oliver again, there's another guy, like it was everywhere, like I don't know, like it's a good or bad, but they was all and they inspired people to become a cook.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, that's brilliant. I've never heard anyone refer to Gordon Ramsay as Jesus Christ, and if he's watching, I'm sure it's a new one for him as well.
I'm sure he's not, but
so, well, you worked as a chef in your home country before moving to Latvia. What made you decide to move away from them?
my future wife, my love. I follow the love. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
So
where did you meet Baiba?
Old school in a bar,
Okay.
not in a internet, not through the Tinder or whatever it is.
No, the old-fashioned way,
Old-fashioned way in a bar, Actually, I went for work in a Riga for a few days. It's another like it's really good restaurant in Baltic state, Vincent. Maybe Martin Frittens, maybe you heard about this guy. So like he was uh, one of the first chef from I think he's Canadian Latvian. So he was born in Canada, I guess. So and then he come back. I'm not really sure like all the history. So he was the one of the who came back from Canada to do all this modern cuisine, introduce the Latvia to the new way of the cooking after Soviet time was over. So it was really famous. It's still famous restaurant in Riga, but I think in this time it's again like it's maybe 15 years ago. It was one of the best restaurant what you can find. Like they cook, they do the food what you never see before. So I went there for the stage for 2 days, and after work grab some pint, and it's really in another like it's a really cool story. So I called to my friend. We talked about all like how was my day, what I learned, what I see, and then I just go on the street, and then the street there's like two bars, one on the left, one on the right, and then I asked him, hey, so which one I need to go, left or right? He told me go to the left. I went to the left, and I find love in my life.
Oh. That's quite nice. It's a nice story. But speaking of of like famous restaurants, you moved to Copenhagen and worked with the critically acclaimed Noma restaurant with Chef Rene Redzepi. What was that experience like?
It's a guy. It's another like it changed my life dramatically. It's another like one of my friend. It was a time when Noma was just becoming famous. It wasn't like right now, like everyone, you can ask anyone knows what is Noma is.
Everyone knows, yeah.
Yeah, before it was just like another restaurant in a Copenhagen just coming up, like no one, some people know, some people not, So I think it was like 2005, 2006, somewhere. So it's one of my friends went over there, and then when he come back, he like his eyes like was like that, and he just like, wow, this is like the people who work there just like Terminators, like just work, and it's like they want to be better every day. They want to like to push so much. It's something what I kind of like missing in working in Latvia and Estonia in that time, like it's because for some people, it's just work. It's not the way how you live. It's hard to explain if you're not working, in a kitchen. So when he talked about that, so for me, it was kind of like, it's really what I want to be. It's really like how I want to work, and it's what I wanted to be. So I went there for the stage, and after 30 days, I'm just like, I want to be there. I want to be surrounded with people who really driving, who really want to do better every day. People question every day, and like how to become better, how to become better cook, better human. And it's also like techniques, flavors I never seen in my life before. You know, just you know how to, okay, so what you can do with potato, you make mashed potato, or you can like make roasted potato. Always there, you can dehydrate, you can pickle, you can ferment. Like it's like insane. It just like blow my mind what you can do with something simple product what you never uh, used before. And then again, like I'm like little guy from Baltic states who just like moved maybe 7 years ago from the Kazakhstan. Like I never see anything like this. I can't even dream about that, you know.
Right. So Rene really kind of unleashed that creativity in you then.
I mean, not just me, just everyone, you know, like it's, you know, like you, like maybe now you guys hear about this like Saturday project, you know. I also was there when it was just created. Like it's, I mean, he just like one day when we come back after the break, he just say, okay, so starting next week, we're gonna start to do Friday project. We're gonna start to uh, create the team who're gonna work on a dish, and I want to see all the stuff in a Saturday night, you know. But actually, before we start, it was kind of every day. But
Right.
then after a few months, it just become like it's people don't really have time to do this. So then he will become, okay, now we're gonna do it one time in a week, and a whole section work on that. And like every week, one person from the section, he is a chef, and then another two people kind of not come in, but they help him to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was great, and you can see how some people really creative, some people not, and you can see he's here all the time for this project. He's really judge you, like everyone judge you, like give you the constructive criticism. It was really nice, you know. It was really nice. It's like really push you, just be creative, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And could you, I know it was a long time ago now, but do you have like your fondest memory of working with Renee, like an encounter that you
Uh,
could share with us?
mm, yeah, I mean, when I sometime overcooked my quail eggs, so this was really fun.
You overcooked your quail eggs.
Yeah, so I mean, it was really really you know, maybe like, you know, remember this dish. I mean, if like someone remember, it was like it's quail eggs slowly cook, and then it's you smoke them, and then you pickle them with a heat process, and then garment stations that sends them in like it's a beautiful ceramic quail eggs with some hay, and they put some smoke over there. So then when you get in your table, you open up, and then you have some smoke,
Right.
and then the two quail eggs over there sitting in a hay, like in a nest. I mean, obviously you see some after that, you see so many variation of this dish, like it's so many restaurants. Yeah, so this is also my duty. Just do this eggs, peel them, make sure when you peel them they super perfectly, and yeah, sometimes you just don't overcook them.
So
Yeah, and then
did they go to the guest before? I mean, when you
no,
found
just Renee, just like he's really energetic, so he just walk, he just try before they go, and then
right.
you know he's gonna find some of them is not really cooked, so you're gonna get in trouble.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad. That's actually
That sounds
not really a bad
fairly good.
mistake.
Like he's really creative, and I don't want to afraid this word genius, you know.
Mm.
Like with a flavor combination, uh, with ideas, you know, just like I know what's coming up in his head, just like pop, and it's like amazing.
And have you been back there since you left?
Yeah, I went a few times, and I mean, he's really like easygoing guy, you know, like I don't know if you have a chance to talk with him, and especially I worked for him 2 years, and it's been a long time, so he know me every time. Sometimes he go to the London, so like before we opened Davies and Brook, he went here, he did some pop-up in Claridges. He just came down, just we talked, like we spent like 40 minutes, like it was really cool, just like talk about all the friends, what we work together. I mean, he's really easy go guy, you know, like it's.
He comes across that way. He comes across as very nice. So how did you end up moving to New York, or was that an opportunity that just kind of came to you?
I mean, it's actually, it was a move for my wife. So when we moved to Copenhagen, I mean, I make decision I want to go to the Noma for my job, for my future,
And she
and my
moved with
wife,
you.
she dropped everything. What she had a great job in Latvia, but she dropped. She moved with me. So then she kind of like end up without job, and then she find job in United Nations after a few months or maybe something like that, and then she find her passion about what she's doing. So work in United Nations, it's a great opportunity. And then, as you know, like United Nations, it's huge global corporation almost, you know, I can call that. And so they have office in New York. So, and there's opportunity to move for her to grow in New York. And again, you know, remember the guy just moved from Kazakhstan to, and then move there, and then to work in New York. It's like, wow, like I will be in New York, just for sure. I go with you, you know. And so we moved there, and it was just like.
Well, New York's a very fun place. I have a sister who lives there, and I absolutely love it. So
It's like
you joined,
dominate you in the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah, it's great fun. So you joined Michael Anthony at Gramercy Tavern before moving on to what was one of the top restaurants in the world, 11 Madison Park. Was that your goal when you moved to New York? Did you go there and think, right, this is the restaurant that I want to work in?
I mean, it was another beautiful story. So I like when I moved to New York, I went to apply for 10 different restaurants to work. I mean, at this time it was like per se, it's one of the amazing restaurants. I mean, still there. It was Corton, another like great restaurant. Then I went to Mama Fuko because David Chang is a good friend of Renee, so I tried to there. Gramercy Tower and 11 Madison Park. I went to all the different type of restaurant, and to be honest with you, like I really love from the first place. I love 11 Madison Park because I kind of find for me it's a presentation on the plates and the flavor. It's something what I would love to do, but then I don't have the right paperwork in the moment, and then I don't really get the job. And then when I get the job, when I get my paperwork, I get they don't need anyone. So it was kind of like a story. Then I went to Gramercy Tower, and just like I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be just kind of chill job. But after doing 50 covers every night on a Noma and moved to New York when you're doing 240.
Wow.
It's just like blow my mind, like
Another ball
how
game.
people can do this. New York is completely different beast, you know, and it's just move you, like teach you speed, teach you move fast, like be more organized, push harder. Like I learned a lot in a Gramercy Tavern, you know. And then, you know, like then, and also like I want after Noma, I want to maybe like take it easy a little bit. I just want to be more casual. Because I mean, working normally, it's very like intense, you know. To be honest with you, just afterward, I just want like, okay, I want to just do something more casual. But then it's, you know, like it's something passion grows me, like ambition. I wanna do something more. I wanna do something more. Then I apply again to the LA Madison Park, and finally, after 3 trials, I get job over there.
3
And
trials, wow.
it is, you know. And I get job over there because I was like, I want to do this. I want to do it. It's like it's the restaurant where I want to be.
That's
And then
amazing. Very
I
persistent.
get there, and next day, restaurant received 3 Michelin star.
So you're very lucky for the restaurant.
No, I tell exactly. It's what I tell the chef all the time. Is it just
Yeah.
because of me we get 3 Michelin stars? You know, I wasn't, you know, like, you know, on a puzzle, you know, this last
The
piece
last
was
piece,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you've been an integral member of Chef Daniel's team at 11 Madison Park. So was it, I think, 8 years that you were there in total?
2011, yeah, 2011, and what is now 20? So it's 9 years.
Mm.
So long time.
Yeah, long time. And I mean, that restaurant, it's secured 4 stars from the New York Times, maintaining its 3 Michelin star status for many years. Not only that, but the restaurant was named #1 in the world by the world's 50th best in 2017. Would you say that was maybe the highlight in your career at that point?
Yeah, I can say this one, you know, like I don't want to lie, you know, to stand in Australia on a stage and you see all the idols what you used to pray for,
Yeah,
and then you hold the thing
yeah.
and they call you're the best restaurant in the world. Just I don't
Better.
like, it's like I'm unbelievable feeling, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chef Daniel, he's got quite a reputation for being very tough in the kitchen. What was he like to work with on a daily basis?
I mean, it's you know, like it's being tough in the kitchen. It's not just Chef Daniel. It's mentality. It's mentality of the chefs. You know, like it's. I think it's one of the biggest problem what we have in our industry. You know, people think the good chef is the chef who is screaming, who is yelling, who is like tough. You know, like in this way. But you don't need to be like that. And I think something good happens with Chef Daniel. So he just realized one day this is not right way. This is not right way to lead the kitchen. And I mean, it was hard even for us because, you know, like it's his example. Like we know like what is mean to be the chef. You go like, hey, let's go, yo, come on. You know, like it's like scream, humiliate people, but it's one day he just show up and say, hey guys, it's the right thing to do. I want to change it. I just want to change this one because it's not right thing to do. And for us, it was like, wow, what's going on? Like you just tell us we need to be tough, and now we're not like it's, you know. But because there's no like black and white, there's sort of gray area, you know.
Right,
And if you, I don't say not tough, if you're not yeller, like you can get more from people
right.
with respect.
Yeah,
If you learn respect from the cooks, they will give you more because fear is not the driver, you know. You can squeeze them, they're going to work for you 3 months, 4 months, half year, but then you just squeeze them and then they just go, like, you know, you just use them, you know. It's not right thing to do. People people need to be happy. When people happy at work, you have happy staff, happy guests. You don't have people who want to quit. It's just completely different environment, you know. It's it's what we want to create in 11 Madison Park, what we want to create in our company, make nice, you know, like it's doesn't need to be screamer and yeller, you know. You have to be tough, but tough in a different way, you know. You have to be firm, this for sure. There is a thing what need to be done this way, but it doesn't need to be like
aggressive.
exactly this is wrong, and it's like there's something I'm really disagree, and I wish when I was maybe 25 years old someone taught me that, you know. And I mean it's just no, to be honest with you, like I don't believe maybe 20 years ago we even questioned that, because you see the stereotype of the cook or the chef, like all the cartoons, you know, we talk about stereotypes so many times, but what is a chef? The guy, fat guy with mustache, yelling all the time. This is a stereotype of the chef, you know,
Hmm. And in which way
screamer
do
yelling.
you which ways do you motivate and inspire your team now? So how have you learned from that?
I think it's very simple. I just wanted to become better cooks, but not just cooks, human every day. I want to try to do better every day because no one perfect, no one, everyone make mistake. And if you don't make mistake, you don't learn. This is true, and you have to accept this one, you know.
Yeah.
And but what you need to do, you need to learn from this mistake. You need to try to do better next time. Maybe you can make same mistake again tomorrow,
Yeah.
but a little bit less,
Yeah.
you know. And then day after, it's gonna be even less, and then less and less. I just need to see people trying. This is what it's all about, to try every day to be better
Yeah.
in different ways, you know.
And never overcook the eggs.
Oh no.
So after being so successful at 11 Madison Park, how did the move to London come about? How were you, like, the chosen one?
I mean, I don't want to say I kind of achieved everything in Elaine Madison Park, but I say, like, I start as a cook, become sous chef, then become sous chef Ternard, then become executive sous chef, then head chef Elaine Madison Park. You know, it just, okay, what next? You know, because I want to do, I want to push myself, you know, like I want to push. I don't want to be so long time in a
The same
comfortable
thing.
zone. You say, right? You know,
Right. Yeah.
I,
You
I
want to
want to
grow.
challenge myself. I want to challenge myself every day. And then when you find yourself, everything is fine. It's wrong. I mean, I don't know, like, it's something wrong then, you know, like, not wrong, but you need to challenge yourself. You need to see, because if it's so good all the time, it's not good.
That's interesting. So when you have like achieved perfection, for you, it's not perfection. You've got to find something wrong with it to make it even better.
Exactly, because it's nothing perfect 100%. Find you can always find how to make better
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah.
You know, you just need to find a new thing to do. You know,
Yeah. So
and
so let
so yeah, go ahead.
so no, please go on.
No, I just say, like, you know, then I just find out. Okay, so I achieve pretty much everything what I can. So, and I don't say, like, I want to move on. It's wrong. And like, I love chef. I love the company, and there is opportunity came, you know, to the open restaurant in London. And
Yeah.
also my wife also think about when we moved to New York, like, oh, we're gonna be there maybe for 3 years, and we're gonna back to the Europe. Okay, now we're gonna be here for the 5 years, and we're gonna back to New York. Okay, now we're gonna be for the 7 years, we're gonna back to New York. So,
It
and then
didn't
she kind
feel
of
like
like
you're ever coming
won't
back.
go back to the Europe. Like, okay, well, this is chance, you know, we can go back to the Europe, and why not, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a challenge for me, challenge for her, because she also worked in a donation for so many years. She also want to challenge herself as well, you know. She want to try something what motivates her better. So yeah, and this was opportunity, and I was grateful. You know, it's more responsibility. Be more creative, be more organized. Open restaurant, you know, open my own restaurant, and I'm super grateful. Chef believe in me. Chef gave me this opportunity, and it's so kind of him, you know.
And so let's talk about Davies and Brook. So the backstory behind Daniel Harmon at the Claridges, it's pretty amazing story, the history. I mean, the fact that he started there so many moons ago, chopping the vegetables, and now it's actually owning his own restaurant. How does it feel to be part of such an amazing story?
I have my own story.
You do have your own story.
I have so many stories. I'm man of so many stories. Uh, Claridges, Gordon Ramsay at Claridges. It was my first Michelin or even like outside of Estonia, restaurant where I went to eat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it was my first time in London.
Mhm.
Uh, I work in a small restaurant in Italian, and we did really good job. And one director said, "Okay, you guys did an amazing job. I want to give you something nice, but I don't want to give it to you money. I want to take it to the London so you guys can see different restaurant and just make it nice for you, you know."
Yeah.
But he don't know this word, make it nice, but yes, he tried to do. And it was the first restaurant where we went. Gordon Ramsay, I would say, like Gordon Ramsay, Jesus Christ himself, like it's where we want to go. Like we went there, and it just Claridges. It's like just like so impressive. You know, you go to the main door. The doorman open door for you. There's this all the like lights. You just like look, wow, where I am, like in the Buckingham Palace, or like where is the Queen gonna be next somewhere, you know? Give
Yeah.
it a cup of tea. Like, wow, it's like, and then they took us um, to the Gordon Ramsay restaurant, and then we had a chef table, and Mark Surgeon was there. It was just amazing, you know, like it's first Michelin experience. It's just like
Brilliant.
blowing my mind, you know, like, and now I'm here.
Yes, I mean, I actually had no idea about that story, but that is quite a coincidence that, you've both been there, you and Daniel Ham, in very different ways, but when you were very young, and you're now both back at the same place, you could
Like
almost
a
call it
circle. I
home.
don't want to say circle complete. I don't want to say that, but it's like it's a story for him, story for me,
Yes.
and it's memory for me to being in this place and now be chef in this restaurant and just like wow. And
Yeah.
then we go back to the guy from the Kazakhstan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal actually. I really like the fact that both of your stories have just intertwined. And so we did talk about how you're finding it in London. You've got your two young kids here as well. How are they finding it?
three.
Three. You got
I know.
three. Okay, you've had
Yeah.
one in between my research.
I know. I know. I know. I'm very fast.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When you need perfection, you keep going, right? I know that now.
Exactly.
So
I
how
mean,
are
still,
you finding, how's the whole family finding it? Are the kids, do they miss New York or are they happy here?
I think sometimes, like maybe when they just move there, they maybe miss a little bit, but now they're fine. They find their friends. Lucas now speak with perfect British accent.
Brilliant.
Tomato. So,
Tomato.
uh, yeah, sorry, I'm not good at that. Yeah, so yeah, Lucas is British now. Uma can switch from American to British, but I mean, they find the friends. They find what is for me. It was really cool. Like they have a friends now. They happy. They love the school. School is smaller than in New York, and what they say is the food is way more better than in New York. So they love the food. What for kids is what's very important. Food in the school is good.
Absolutely. And I saw from your stories online that they're already cooking and following in some of your footsteps. Would you like them to be interested in the restaurant industry?
I mean, not necessary. I want them to be happy. I don't really care what they want to do. Like they want to be the chef. They want to be the. Or Uma told me she want to be the marine biologist. Like wherever like wherever they want makes them happy to do, I will adapt to that. It because it's not my life. It's those guys' life.
Yeah, of course. It's interesting, actually. I spoke to Chef Sean Rankin from Grantley Hall. I don't know if you know him, but he told me he wanted to be a marine biologist, and now he's Michelin star chef. So it's interesting that you said she wants to be in marine biology.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
she loves she we went somewhere and she swim with a dolphin, and afterwards, yeah, I want to be marine biologist.
oh,
Okay.
lovely, lovely. So, so as a budding chef, is there a difference between learning your trade in New York and learning in London? How would you compare the two?
Um, Less allergy.
Less allergies.
Yeah.
in New York.
No, here.
Oh, really? Okay.
I working in Madison Park, like it's so many allergists. Like you can, what
Everyone
can it?
has a different menu.
Everyone has different menu, but I mean, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I just like, I don't know. Like it's hard to say, but I mean, I like products here. You know, I think like even just like carrots from the store taste like a carrot.
Right.
Potato from the store taste like potato. Milk from the store tastes like milk. You know, but I mean, is it just for the products? You know, I think you guys have amazing products here, amazing farms. It's like it's really impress. You know, and yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's it's just different, different to New York. I think New York is a little bit bigger. Here it's a little bit more, it's a little bit smaller, more on a smaller scale somehow, you know. But like I say, like it's Gramercy Tower, it's 240 people every night, you know. It's
Right.
here we're doing like 60, 70, so it's just 11 Madison Park, 120 covers every night, you know.
Right. And there are a number of signature dishes that have made the journey from 11 Madison Park to Davies and Brook. In particular, the famous
That
celeriac cooked in the pig's bladder. Actually, I'm not sure, is that still on the menu? Because the last time I was there, I
no, not anymore. I mean, we also try to, you know, like we have some dishes what we think. I also like a famous duck, you know,
yeah,
famous
I
duck
did have
is
that
dry
one.
aged duck with cumin, coriander, lavender, honey glaze. We have the chicken with whole roasted chicken with foie gras, brioche, and butter. You know, we also want to. We don't want to be just like take all the dishes from Malay and Madison Park and just put it here. You know, we want to bring some. We want to find our identity. What is it Davis and Brook is? You know,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, it's obviously it's not Lane Madison Park. It's more. I don't want. What I would say, you know, like it's more approachable. You know, for me, it's more approachable to the guest to understand what they're eating, and flavor and the way how we serve the food. It's a little bit different, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And so did you spend lockdown time creating any new menu or new dishes?
Yeah, I mean, we work on the food. I mean, obviously, it was hard to. Uh, we did this to-go box, you know, like we cook for the doctors, you know.
Right,
But
of course.
yeah, but I mean, we spent some time. We spent some time, like maybe like almost 2 months, just to think what products we would like to see. Because also it was hard to get any product in this time, you know.
Mm.
But I mean, you're just cooking in your head, in your mind, you know.
Of course. And you guys, you mentioned, you're cooking for the NHS. You guys did phenomenal work over that period, and they were all staying with you in the hotel as well. Talk to me about that time. Like what were you guys going through?
I mean, to be honest, I was scared, you know, like it's first. I mean, I tell to my team, you know, like I'm not firefighter, I'm not a nurse, I'm not policeman. How can I help? What can I do? You know, what can I give to my community? What can I give to people who trying, not trying, who's saving our life? What I can do for them? It's only like what I can do. I know how to cook and have a whole kitchen. Why I don't cook something for them, you know? So I mean, it's thank you for the Claridges. They was really excited about that. They really want to do this initiative, and we find the hospital who also was really wow, bring it on, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was scary the first day. Just show up in a kitchen, just everyone with a mask, everyone with the gloves, like you just like wow, what you gonna do, you know? But everyone was super excited to do something good
Yeah.
because we was almost like 1 month sitting home and just everyone started going like a little cuckoo, you know. So it was nice to be outside. It was nice to do something what you love. and for people who need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was, like one of the best time, like I really feel like something to give back, and then also like in New York, they're doing this rethink, like what they give food for people who need. It's, like, because we don't have this rethink here, but what else, what we can do, you know,
Yeah.
how we can give back the community, this is what I'm thinking right now, like what we can do, you know, how, what we can do,
It was very inspirational just to see everybody coming together, and whoever could help did help, and that community spirit really shone through. So it was amazing, and you guys did such a phenomenal job over that period. And I actually loved your post when you were back after, I think maybe after a couple of weeks, but you put the pink kitchen order tickets, the picture of that, and I found that image so powerful in its simplicity, but also, the support of the people who love to dine at Claridges.
Yeah, it was nice. It
Yeah,
was really good.
yeah,
Thank
it
you
was
for that.
just to show that was pretty cool.
But I say, like, it's not only us, it's like you just mentioned, it's like it's people around the world, step it up, in the UK, a lot of chefs just doing this,
Yeah,
because they also want to give it back to community.
yeah.
It was really inspirational, to see how people trying to do something,
And so Davies and Brook, it was only open for a few months before, unfortunately, the closure.
Yeah.
So there's no time for accolades or stars. Now that things are back open again, is that something that you're striving towards or working towards?
I think we kind of have conversation with Chef Daniel and just with our team, like what we want to be, who we are.
Mm,
We want our guest feel comfortable. I want our guest feel excited about food. I want our guest come back, and I want our guest be happy to be. I want our guest enjoy to be in our restaurant. And I think this is what is the most important. Not about 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, like, I mean, it's just, I want all my guests just enjoy the food and just feel comfortable in the place, feel comfortable with the service. I don't want them to feel like, oh, like I'm order the right wine or not, or what is the fork for, like I don't want to feel uncomfortable, This what I don't believe it's the right thing, but someone want that, you know. So we're
so
just we're just driving for to bring people back to the restaurant and enjoy the food. This
yeah,
is what we want.
yeah. Well, you're doing it clearly, and we're loving it because I was there just a few nights ago, and you were full, completely full. So it's
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what's going on with this tier number two.
yeah, it's going to make things difficult for sure. Um, so what's next for you personally? What are your personal ambitions moving forward?
As you said, we just opened restaurant for 3 months. Then it was closed for the 6 months. Then we open again for 1 month. It's kind of was like jump back and forward. And I just want this restaurant to be successful.
Hmm.
This what is for me is important right now. I want my team be successful. I want my team be inspired. I want my team be happy. And this is for me is just like what I want, what will gonna make me happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And I mean, I don't know. I don't have plan go somewhere. I don't have a plan do something else. I'm really happy where I am. I'm really happy uh working Davis and Brook, and I'm just one of this all this COVID stuff is over. I mean,
yeah,
I guess it's not only me.
yeah, yeah. We're all in it together.
It is. And this is what is kind of crazy. It's not just like one country. It's all around the world, you know, like it's like if you see like I think it's our like industry, it's one of the hardest one who get hit, but because of industry, because of restaurant hits, and like it hits the farmers, it hits the people who delivers the food. Just if you just start to look all the chain, like it's insane, you know. Just first you just see all the restaurant, but then like who supplies the restaurant? Like
Yeah.
all the meat guys, all the dairy, all this farm, everyone, this grower, farmers, like it's just like so hard to see, you know,
Yeah.
how everything is crippled and just like boom.
Yeah. And it's going to take a while for the economy to come back. But hopefully it won't be too long.
Let's stay positive.
We've got to, yeah, absolutely. So tell me something about yourself that I couldn't possibly know.
Have 3 kids. I already said.
Well, I've learned lots of new things about you, but
Yeah, I know. I should keep this a little bit and then tell you, because I pretty much tell you everything, you know. No, I just say, you know, like I don't want to go dark, but I mean it's to say like where you was born, you know. This for me was really really hard to say. So I'm from Kazakhstan, you know, and I say like in the beginning I was like shame about that, and it doesn't feel good about this. Like, oh, so I'm from Estonia, you know. And then I just like one day I found a magazine when Zinedine Zidane, one of the greatest player in the world, have the same issue.
okay.
So he never want to admit he's he's not French. And then I read this one, and this just make me like, what's going on with us? You know, why we ashamed who we are? Why we ashamed our roots? You know. And then I just start talking about it. So I'm from Kazakhstan. It's like I can't run from I can't hide from that. You know, I am who I am. You know, I have funny accent. It is what it is. You know,
Yeah,
what can I do with that?
it's kind of worldly.
You know, so and after that it was just like
So would
helped me a
you
lot.
say the more that you talked about it, where you were from, that kind of helped you maybe accept it more in your own, in your heart?
It is. You know, it just helped a lot. You know, like it's helped a lot. Just say who you are, where you're from, and just don't lie about that. Because sometimes when you say where from, I'm from Estonia, and then like okay, but then you know you lie about that. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
So just little lies. It's like keep. I don't like lying.
No, it's not good to lie, but I think it's quite inspirational that you're sharing it with us, that you know that you feel that it's important that we all know where you are from, and that you did have a period of time that it was difficult for you to accept it. And I think, you know, we all have you know, issues in our lives where we, you know, we may not want to talk about it. And I think that it's very kind of you to share that, because it inspires other people to talk about things that they feel maybe ashamed of. But when you do talk about it, I think you can, you know, then address problems and grow from it.
Exactly. You know, you have to fight for your rights, you know, and you have to just be who you are. And I say so many times, just be who you are. Don't be afraid about that. It's help you. It's make you better, you
Yeah,
know. It's make you feel better
yeah.
because you can run, you can hide from yourself, you know. You can pretend, but you can run from yourself. Never. This guy in the mirror always gonna be there, you know, or woman, whatever. So I mean, it's yeah, just be who you are is what I say, you know.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, and that's really, actually, that's a lovely, lovely story to share. So thank you, and thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you today, And guys, if you'd like to follow Chef Dmitri, he is on Instagram at Dmitri_Magi, and I'm at PoshNoshGal. Thank you so much, Dmitri. Take care.
Bye.